Hi there, I'm Stephanie from HR Solver, and I'm just giving you a brief overview of what you will get in the 9 questions and answers to determine if you have got a good employment tribunal claim. So this guide has got 7 pages of 9 questions that are broken into different areas, and I'm just going to take you through them now. So the first page, we're looking at a breach of the contract of employment, so you can just see that there. And then it goes on page by page, moving into immediately discrimination angles and questions. So there's 9 areas of discrimination, and then it can be broken down into 4 further areas. So you've got direct discrimination, indirect discrimination, discrimination due to perception, and discrimination due to association. So the guide talks you through all of that and what that might look like and how it might manifest itself in the workplace if you need further information. Then it looks at the breach of the implied duty of the contract or employment relationship between you and your employer. And this is the relationship that was set well before even people had computers or word processors or typewriters, where a judge in the olden days would say that there is an implied relationship between an employer and a worker, where the employer provides work or will pay the person for the labour that they then perform. And so there's tenets that have been created over the years around that basic principle of pay for work. So it looks at that and looks how that might manifest itself and the duties of care that an employer might owe an employee, which again might point to an employment tribunal claim. The other thing we look at in quite a lot of depth is unfair dismissal, constructive dismissal, and what unfair dismissal might look like if you have less than 2 years service. Often a question that comes up quite a lot for many people who are terminated within 2 years of their service with a company. And the latter points, we're looking at disclosure or whistleblowing, where somebody has disclosed information about employment practices that they feel are unsafe or fraudulent or unwelcome, and it's in the public interest. You have to be careful with this, and you have to make sure that you do this in the correct way. But if you have done something similar, you might be afforded protection to allow you to take a claim to an employment tribunal if you have less than 2 years service, or if you have more than 2 years service, certainly as well. And then finally, you're looking at assertion of statutory rights, which employers often overlook in unfair dismissal. And that looks like where you have required a contract of employment, or you've asked to be paid the minimum wage, or you've asked for breaks at the appropriate times. Things like that. More often where you've potentially asked to change your hours for care, or you're pregnant and you've asserted a statutory right, that might be where an employment tribunal claim lies. So if you want to get more details, download the 9 questions and answers. You will be asked to confirm your email address. You will be subscribed, provided you take the next step to our mailing list, and you will get more information and more helpful information on how you might want to move that forward if on the event you go through the guide and determine that there is something there. We will not spam you, and you can leave the list at any time. No hard feelings, and hopefully you found the advice and the information you need. But if you want to come back to us and you want more value or some sense of what's going on to you, we do have free advice from hrsolver.co.uk for up to 12 hours, 24 hours, and after which there might be a small fee that you wish to pay. There's also training and other free guides and information and resources that you might be able to use and employ in your difficult circumstance that you're going through at this moment.